Alright, so this is my first time making a video for a class, so this will be kind of interesting, but I just wanted to tell the story of when I first moved to Utah. So I moved here about 3 years ago, and when I first moved here, I had the hardest time finding a job. And so I ended up eventually finding a job with my uncle, and I just did side work for him, and I also had a side job at a restaurant as well. And so eventually, after a while, that job ended up moving locations to where it was too far for me to travel. And so I was looking for a new job, and it was a very desperate matter. My parents had been paying my rent for me for about 2.5 years. And, when your kid moves out of the house, you kind of don't really want to still be putting money in their account for food and gas and paying their rent every month and for any other expenses that they need. And so I'm sure that that was a huge financial burden on them as well because they had to take care of my sisters who still lived at home. And so I was asking around trying to find a job. And my roommate had mentioned to me that the advertising company that she worked for was hiring. And so I went ahead and I got the interview and I ended up getting the position. And with the experience that I had had at my previous job, it also helped me be able to get this job that I had applied for. And so I was able to get hired and be able to move up positions, get a raise within the first 3 months that I had worked there. I was able to, I now am able to pay for all of my bills without my parents' help. I'm able to pay for everything, food, rent, anything that I need, side money, you know, money on that I can save for any trips or going home or anything like that, and I'm completely financially free from my parents. And I know that that has been a blessing to myself because it has taught me so much of becoming independent and working hard for what you want, and you appreciate things so much more when they're not handed to you. When my parents would buy me things and hand me money and everything, I never really appreciated it. I would just spend the money as soon as I got it, didn't really care that much. And now that I actually work for my money and I work for the things that I have, I really am a lot more careful about what I spend my money on. I definitely know how to budget more. I don't spend every paycheck the second that I get it. And it makes me feel a lot more. I think that it's caused me to become more of an adult and to grow up. And, I know that a lot of my friends are, not that this is a bad thing, but they went to college and they're still in college and their parents pay for all of their things, everything, rent, food, exactly how I was when I first moved out, and they're still doing that at age 21, 22, 23. And then they get out of high school or out of college, they graduate, and they don't know what to do with their lives. They don't have any experience in the fields that they want to go in. They've never paid rent before. They It's just all brand new to them, and so I am so grateful for the opportunity that I am able to gain the experience now at my age in the field that I want to go into, and that I'm able to progress my knowledge and continue to excel in that field, and that I'm also able to, become more financially independent and to grow in that direction as well. And so I think that it's so important that people work hard, and it really makes you grow up and it really shapes the person that you become and who you are in the future. And I think that that's something that not only men should be focusing on, but I think that women should be focusing on it as well, because it is equally as important for both genders to work hard and to provide for not only their families but for themselves. And so I think that's extremely important, and I know that the benefits of work and being motivated and going out every single day to work for what you want and work for what you need, and I think that it's something that everybody should be striving for. And so I'm really grateful for the opportunity to work and to be able to do that, and that my health allows it, and that I'm able to have the job that I have and the previous jobs that I've had that have led me up to here, and the jobs that I'll have in the future as I continue to progress and move forward in this field. So I am extremely grateful for all of it, and I just wanted to share that story with you, and thanks so much for listening.